then I got up this morning and I saw a story that I don't know what to make of it. And I did some research on it. We're going to do more research on it, but the research that I could do on it in an hour or so today appears that it is real, but there's two companies involved, and the people who commissioned this study, kind of believe in some crazy things, about the pyramids and everything else. So I don't know. But if what they found is real, and Grok was telling me, yeah, I've done I had 2 pages of source material saying, yeah, this is true, but nobody else has confirmed it yet, so we don't know. But it was showing me all of the data and showing me basically the X-rays. This is how an X-ray just will look at your bones. They took this space-based technology and they pointed it to the pyramids to see what was at the base of the pyramids. And not only did they find things at the base of the pyramids, they found things under the Great Pyramids of Giza that, if it's real, it just changes absolutely everything. Everything. So they are using synthetic aperture radar, SAR, and it can see through the dirt and stone, and it bounces signals off of things underground and listens for tiny vibrations. What they found is huge hidden structures deep beneath the pyramid. Now, let me give you what they think they found. 5 huge rooms or buildings near the pyramid's base, underground, linked by paths with slanted roofs and layers inside of the pyramids, and then tunnels that go down and connect the pyramids, okay? Then they found 8 really large tube-like holes. They're like wells that go down, and they're kind of deep. They're 600 meters deep, the hole. There's 5 of them. That's half a mile. 600 meters deep underneath the pyramids. Then under that are these giant cube-shaped rooms, each about 80 meters, which think of a football field, okay? Down at the bottom where the tubes meet. All of this stretches 2 kilometers. That's over a mile underground. So this structure is over a mile underground. If any of that is true, the slaves didn't do that. We have no idea what did that, but they're saying now this is it's not if it's true. I want to make sure.
Not
if it's
confirmed,
true.
right?
Not confirmed.
Okay.
It's confirmed by these 2 companies that did this study, but there's no outside person that has come out that I know of, that I could find, that is saying, yes, we checked all the data, but they've released all the data.
Okay.
So I don't know, but that would lead you to believe that the pyramids were not built by the Egyptians. They weren't a tomb. We don't know what they are. But I found it, I don't know. I kind of found it exciting and a little frightening, because have we been to the singularity before? Think of this. We are on this pace now to discover and to be able to do things that we never thought we could do. The story of the Tower of Babel is, God comes down, destroys, and confuses everybody's language, because if they can do this, they can do anything. And so whether you believe in God and all of this stuff doesn't really matter. It is a story of a group of people looking at people just as a collective. Let us build bricks and build a tower of sky, and then doing things because they could work with the collective and control the collective and do anything. We don't know how they made the pyramids, but if their structure's a mile underneath the pyramids. We know no ancient civilization that we know of did this. That's pretty incredible. Did we have technology? Forget about space aliens and everything else. Did man get to this point before, destroy itself, history erased it, new civilizations rose up? Did the Egyptians, when they started, were they just like, oh yeah, those are ours, we built them because I remember seeing them built? Or was it just like, they've been there and of course they're ours. I mean, who else would have built them? You know what I mean? We're the people that are here. I just find this fascinating. Because I don't know. I feel like we are, we're on the edge of either being duped by a lot of stuff and pulled way off track, like this could end up being.
Right.
Or discovering things that completely change everything we think we knew, like this could be. It's just an exciting time to be alive.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good way. I like the optimism. That's an optimistic way of looking at it. I mean, because you're right. I think we're also going to have a lot of things that are false. And a lot of things that are I think it's already happening, that are misleading people. And
you said to me when we got off the air a minute ago about the monologue I just did about about being so mushy inside right now. I'm seeing these things that are just heroic, and I'm just like, oh, that is so beautiful. And I think it's because I'm starting to believe in the human American spirit again in action. I haven't lost my faith in that. I lost the faith that we could ever be those people again. And I'm starting to see it again and believe it again. And I think that's why I'm getting mushy a lot, because it's taking me by surprise.
Yeah.
And you said you thought it's because it's real.
I wonder if, I don't know for sure, but it seems like part of it is there's so much fake right now. Like, I don't know, maybe it's me because I follow a lot of these like AI video things. Like, I'm fascinated by the technology and what they're going to come up with, right?
Yes.
And so I see so many like these videos that are perfect, but still there's still a little of that uncanny valley weirdness in it.
Yeah.
But also like they're not real. These photos, they look incredible, but they're not real. And so much of this now this is starting to happen to me. I'm starting to see videos online that are incredible, and I'm starting to think they're not real, right? Like, I'm starting to just doubt them. Like, that's too many things happen at the exact right times. There's no way. And I'm starting to think that those are AI generated, and there's this now skepticism of what I'm seeing. I mean, you've talked about this forever. I mean, like, one of the first shows we ever did together was you talking about this exact thing at some point.
Like in the 90s.
Yeah.
And you thought I was like, because you really didn't know me back then. I mean,
why
that had to say, no, because you didn't know me back then, and nobody was talking about this. You had to have thought, okay, maybe, but that sounds nuts.
Yeah, it seemed like it could never come to that.
Yeah.
Where, like, you wouldn't be able to believe your own eyes. And it's interesting. It's almost the reverse of the way I initially understood what you were saying. Because back then, I think my thought was the technology would come along so well that you'd look at something and you'd be able to things that wouldn't be able to be believed would be able to be created, which obviously is something we've seen now, but also saw during CGI, right? In movies.
Yeah.
Now it's almost the reverse. I'm doubting the real things.
Stuff. I know.
And
I know, me too.
And it's just like I just assume incredible real experiences are fake. And
Stu, I am so knee deep in AI right now.
Right.
I'm working with some really amazing people on some projects. I'm so deep in it and I decided the other day I need the best AI ethicists around me. I need to talk to them because the deeper you go, the more you say, well, how do I verify that? How do I know that's true? How can I ensure people know this is true and original? Just for me, I'm trying to figure out things that I want, in my life, to be able to navigate in this really weird world.
Yeah.
And what is coming is just phenomenal.
I mean, if you think about all like stuff like UFO videos, Bigfoot videos, things of that nature.
Yeah.
How many people believe a lot of them
From the
terrible fakes, right?
Terrible.
Imagine
these are not.
Yeah. They're going to get more and more perfect, more and more real. I mean, at this...
No, wait. That is its flaw.
Right now.
Yeah,
you're right.
Once AI understands, once people understand, it cannot be perfect because people are not perfect. Right now, it's all too perfect. And that's where you're like, you said it earlier.
Yeah.
No, all those things, it's too perfect. The people are too perfect. The things they're saying is too perfect. They have to reintroduce flaws to really con you.
And they will.
They will.
One of the things I always think of when the UFO videos come out, there was like, look at this. And like, they can never quite get it in frame for you. For enough for you to see it.
Yeah.
It's always out of frame. It's always blurry at the moment you want to see it, right? Like that's how it always was in the old school fakes, right? They can start like right now the AI fakes are you can actually see perfectly.
Is that a window in the spacecraft and a little gray guy waving?
It's
what
like
is that?
No, you can still tell.
Yeah.
I don't know when or if that there's something about humans that can look at that stuff and still detect it. I don't know how long that lasts.
I have good news for you. I think on the human to human level, it's getting better. Have you heard do you know who that TikTok influencer is, Harry Sisson?
I don't know, but I've seen him in the news the last couple of days.
Yeah, okay. So he's in the news. You might have seen him. He looks like he's 12. He was hanging out with, Biden and Kamala and on the campaign trail, and he was just one of these influencers that, Obama could, Harris and Biden could just do no wrong. Right. No wrong.
Yeah. One of many.
Yeah, okay. Well, there's some things that are coming out about him, and I don't know if they're true or not. It's kind of like the pyramid thing. Could be, may not be. The system has to play out. But what's being kicked around now about him, to me, everyone's missing the point on this story. And let me give it to you here, and just let me take a quick break and I'll come back on the other side. Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. All right, so let me tell you about Harry Sisson. He's 23 years old. He's a Gen Z TikToker. He's a Democratic advocate. Now, he's facing really serious allegations. People are saying, women are coming out and saying, he conned me into sending him explicit photos and pressured them into sex acts and everything else. So it's a firestorm online. And reason why is he's been with Biden and Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, rising star in the progressive circles. And he is coming out and saying these claims are fake. But here's the interesting part of this, to me at least, because I don't know if any of that is true. It's kind of like the pyramids. Could all be fake. But what's interesting is the broader context. There's a pattern with progressives dating back to the early 20th century where they hide. The Fabian socialist, the stained glass window at the London School of Economics has the sheep or wolf in sheep's clothing. They always hide who they are. He's now being outed as not being gay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's the controversy?
The left is now outing him as not being gay, as if that's a betrayal of progressive ideals. He's hiding behind,
No, is that really the truth?
That is.
That's the controversy?
Well, no, that's one of the controversies. Yeah, that he is now looking that he's being outed for not being gay. That is the craziest thing.
Oh my God!
Which tells me that people have had enough of the fake stuff. It shows me the left just has no idea what their identity is anymore, that they are absolutely imploding. But there are some people who are saying, wait a minute, you're a fake. You're not even gay.
Glenn Beck.